Hello, everybody. How are you? Good evening. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. It's starting to get real cold. Currently, it is, I don't know, like 40 something degrees here in Albuquerque, maybe colder. I'd have to check. But it's starting to get real chilly. I can feel the cold wind from outside blowing through my swamp cooler right above my head. So I'm sitting down again to react to Foodie Beauty. What has she been up to? Well, not much, to be honest. Not much. She has been posting mukbangs. She's going on live and she's eating. It's like she's playing a game of chicken with YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, here are some things that have been happening around the community. So, Amberlyn Reed got demonetized. We all know that. But I also got wind of the fact that Quirky Love Rosie has also been demonetized. There was also rumors that a few other people got demonetized, but it would seem that the site that had that information, maybe they're not giving correct information, but for sure, Quirky Love Rosie has been demonetized and Amberlyn Reed has been demonetized. And everybody in the community is asking the same question. Why hasn't Foodie Beauty been demonetized yet? What is going on? Is she being protected by YouTube? Does she know someone at YouTube? Why is her channel not even being given a strike? Well, I don't have receipts. I just have a theory. So I am going to present my theory and see what you guys think. So let's think about YouTube. What is YouTube? YouTube is a company, and all companies want to make money. And right now, as we speak, December, when it comes to the AdSense, this is when the AdSense is at its highest payout. And all YouTubers that have monetized channels know that October, November, and December are the highest paying months of the year. That's why if you're subscribed to somebody, and if you notice that they're putting out extra content during those months, that's probably why they're doing it. So my theory is this. Since YouTube is a company and they're all about the numbers, they're all about the money, they might be waiting until the first of the year to do anything about Chantal. Right now, there is a big lawsuit going on with YouTube, and I'm sure that's costing them lots of money. They're wanting to make as much money as possible before they pull the plug. So, Chantal, just because YouTube has not done anything about you yet doesn't mean that they won't. They may just be putting it off for one reason or another. But that's just my theory. You guys can tell me your theories down in the comments. Nothing is happening to her channel. And it's almost like she's playing a game of I dare you with YouTube. She knows about the new policies. She knows about the disordered eating content restriction. And yet she keeps coming on camera. She keeps eating and almost daring YouTube to do something, and people are reporting her, yet nothing is happening. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, YouTube. But she did a 3-hour live stream. I am not reacting to all 3 hours. No, thank you, and no, sir. I'm cutting it down by a lot. As a matter of fact, we're starting at 41 minutes and 23 seconds. And why is that? Because she's eating during the first part of the live, and I don't want to show her eating. She might as well just strap on a feedback at this point, but that's just my opinion. We've also got some Twitter peeps to go over. So how about we just get into it? Y'all, let's get into those Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and do I have them all pulled up? Yes, I do. So let's just get into it. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, that's why I do the peeps. So you guys can keep up with all the stuff, the news, the gossip, the cool stuff without actually having to set foot on the site. First post is from Debbie's World, saying she's eating, stuffing her face, and wiping her mouth with a roll of toilet paper. Isn't that classy? When all you have left to wipe your mouth is toilet paper, don't you think you need to do a Walmart delivery order? Not Foodie. She's so special. There's all kinds of things you can use to wipe your mouth, like, say, a washcloth. There's no washcloths in that house. If there are, don't tell Amberlyn Reed. But there's nothing else to wipe her mouth. No towel, no washcloth, no napkin. You would think with all the takeout that Foodie eats that she'd have plenty of napkins, but she's wiping her mouth with a roll of toilet paper? Listen, I've been watching Foodie too doggone long, and I think she deliberately does things to Girl World to troll us or to give us something to talk about. The sad and pathetic thing is she knows what it takes to get attention. She knows the things that we're looking for, and she's really not doing much in the way of gathering interest, like a chin slip or wiping her mouth with a roll of toilet paper versus doing really interesting content. Like her attempts at attention are pathetic and weak. But I guess she did that, wiping her mouth with a roll of toilet paper. Uncivilized, feral, and she wonders why that a man won't stay with her. Crochet with Ashmay says, blind as a bat. Yeah, you boiled that yellow onion. So she's a diabetic, and there is a condition called diabetic retinopathy where your diabetes can affect your vision. Chantal's vision, I'm sure, is not the best. I don't know if her vision has gotten really bad, but here she is eating a pepper, but she's mistaking it for an onion. This has to be a troll attempt. It has to be. Has to be. How do you mistake a pepper for an onion? Well, let's watch the clip.
Why did they put them in plastic? Okay, so I have a yellow onion.
It's not a yellow onion. It's a yellow pepper.
I mean, yellow. I've never used this bag for litter. Well, it's a compostable bag anyways. So we have a onion boil.
You can't really do an onion boil unless there's onions involved, but whatever, Foodie, whatever. As I said, you're doing little things to get people talking, but it's pathetic and weak. You know what it takes to get us talking about you, Foodie, but you are resisting all attempts at doing great content. You know what we're looking for. You know what we're waiting for, and you're refusing to do it, and that is your choice, ma'am. But doing these pathetic hauls, doing live saying you got some spices from the store and doing a whole live revolving around that. I mean, what are you thinking? You know that's not discussion worthy. Kelly says, in just 3 hours, Foodie Beauty ate an entire day's worth of food. Her eye bags are really popping today. And she also told Pete she wants to wait a year before they move in together because she wants to work on herself first. So I guess Pete is not moving in after all. You know, I think that's a good decision. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Pete's not moving in with Foodie. Because if he moved in with Foodie, his life is not so good right now. It'll get progressively worse. I think she's doing him a favor by saying, I don't want you here. She's doing him a big, big favor. I'm sure he doesn't want to live with Foodie anyway. She's got a really small place. From what I hear, it was just a den area that would function as his room. There wasn't a door. I don't see how the two of them could live together. And they both want to stream and they both want to do YouTube stuff. And how are they going to work around one another? She's up all night. I'm sure he wants to sleep at night. She's quite noisy, disruptive. So Peachy did you a really big favor. Now here's something cute from the best saying, I'm waiting for you to have the same courage to bully me that you did to my baby. So Mama Cat's like, make a move. Dog's like, I don't want nothing to do with you. You got claws and fangs, ma'am. Kitten's like, I'm going to call mom. Mama comes right up. Try to do to me what you just did to my baby. Dog's like, nope, I'm good. I'm real good. Oh, look at this from Cute Cats. Well, clearly he's a cat daddy. Look at that. Little one's like, I love you. I love you so much. That's adorable. That's love right there. When they just hang all over you. The Tone Knob says, I've got a feeling that Foodie Beauty is a little nervous about her possible future right now. Maybe uploading that yuck bong was a bad idea. By the way, she looks like a giant blood clot in this costume. Gotta hope she gets demonetized. Well, if Foodie's feeling nervous about the possibility of being demonetized, she's not showing it. If anything, she's putting her foot on the gas pedal with doing the mukbang content when she should be slowing down. I don't know where she's getting this confidence from. I don't know if she thinks that she's irreplaceable on YouTube, but she is replaceable. And considering her lackluster performances and the lack of numbers, I don't think YouTube is really going to be motivated to keep her around much longer. Anybody out there been friends with magpies before? So Bro in Australia has some friends that are magpies. This is Ace and this is Maverick. Magpies are cool and they can imitate a great many sounds perfectly. Merch says, ever seen a happy bison? Well, you have now. Look at that big, beautiful boy gallop and hop. So there you go. He's off and running and he's prancing. He's so happy. The happy boy. Cats with powerful impressions says, things I learned from my cat. Set boundaries, act like royalty, find the sun, enjoy alone time, demand the good snacks, stretch often, be selective with your affection, make more biscuits, stay curious, but never desperate. Oh. What a great cat philosophy list. I like it. Cats with Aura says, thank God I'm a house cat. So look at this pampered baby. It's windy, it's rainy outside, and the cat is just living its best life. Underneath the blanket, pampered, spoiled, well taken care of. Just living life. We should all be as relaxed as this cat. What else we got here? Anything of interest? Aw, antidepressant content. Dads with the cats they said they didn't want. A lot of people start out saying, I hate cats, until they get one, and then they become cat people. It's a thing. It's so a thing. A lot of people start out with, I don't like cats, and then they get a kitten, and then they melt like butter. Yep. And this is how it starts. This is exactly how it starts right here. You just fall in love with the little babies. And situations like this too. Antidepressant content. She knows she's safe. Obviously, if she's sleeping like that, not a care in the world, just taking a nap. And for those who are wondering what the mukbang content looks like, there you go. Kelly says, Foodie Beauty thinks she's untouchable. You think with everything going on with YouTube, she'd be more careful with her content, but no, not her. So she did basically a mukbang video showing herself eating Swiss chalet. Come get your girl, YouTube. Come get her. Yep, it was called Swiss Chalet Holiday Meal and Mini Vlog. Tweet T says, Quirky and HFC lost monetization today, and this glutton is still comfortably putting up monetized mukbangs. Make it make sense. Yeah, I heard that Hungry Fat Chick lost her monetization, but there's been conflicting reports. But if I were Hungry Fat Chick, that I would be concerned because she might be on the list too. All right, so that's it for the Twitter peeps. It didn't take long. It never takes long when Foodie's boring. There's not a whole lot of stuff on Twitter about what's up with her. There's nothing to report. There's nothing to report. So the peeps say nothing when there's nothing to report. But here we are. We're starting about 41 minutes in. I got past her eating a lot of the food. You're welcome. I don't want to see it. I just want to focus on what she's saying. That's it. And if she gets too boring, we're getting out of here because I got things to do. All right, so let's do this, y'all. Hope you guys enjoy the react.
Thank you, Bally. Nice, Luke. We got your back. I mean, like, I don't feel like I can talk about like stuff like I'll get demonetized.
That's weird. You're saying I can't really talk about stuff because I'll get demonetized. At the same time, you're coming on YouTube still doing mukbangs. And you know that mukbangs are a big no-no. So you're worried about what you would say that might get you demonetized, and yet you're doing content that puts you right in the crosshairs of being demonetized. So one thing is okay, but another thing is not okay. I don't understand.
At least I have internet. Yeah. Mashallah. You were sad when I came back, yeah. So just like reflecting like on how I'm feeling now. I have no plan and I still don't. No, I do have a plan.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know she was still eating. Apologies. I mean, look, I fast forwarded like 42 minutes. I thought she'd be done by now. I'm sorry. I didn't know she wasn't done stuffing her face.
Right now, I'm just like taking care of the home and getting used to it and like liking it. Because when I first got here, I was so miserable. I hated it here. I'm like, I cannot live here.
Why not? You grew up in Canada. Canada is your home. Why are you miserable in the place where you grew up? I don't understand. You should feel more at home and more comfortable where you grew up versus when you were in the Middle East.
And
Chantal, don't think for a minute that I'm fooled by you. I'm still under the impression by the way you're behaving that everything you're doing, it's to impress Salah. You're on your best behavior. You got on the hijab. You got on the abaya. You're putting on the appearance of I'm going to do better and I'm going to make changes. Are you doing all of this for the chance to go back to the Middle East and go back to Salah? But maybe right now he's got you on some sort of probation period. Maybe if you behave yourself for a certain period of time, I might let you back. You got to prove to him that you are making changes. So you're maybe just going to do just enough for a certain time period to get back in his good graces so you can go back over there and be a complete mess. But you want to be back there because you don't want to pay rent in Canada.
The more I spend time here, I'm doing a lot of mental work, guys. And honestly, the first...
Wait, stop right there. You're doing a lot of mental work. Please explain. What mental work are you doing? I need more details. Are you going to therapy? Are you talking to professionals? You need to talk to professionals, Chantal. You've got a lot of mental, emotional issues. And I say that without a single shred of sarcasm or meanness. You know you got issues. I've got issues. A lot of people have issues. But yours are really, really deep. And you need professional help for those issues. I don't think you can do all the work that you need to do on your own. You need an outside perspective. You need a fresh pair of eyes and ears to listen to you. Someone who can look at things from an outside perspective that can give you that outside perspective and opinion that you can do something with. You can't fix yourself, especially with all the deeper stuff going on.
First week, I was out of it. Like, I think it was week or maybe the second week. There was like a time where I was just like out of it. Morning, night.
And because you were high. You came back to Canada and the addiction monster said, it's party time. Let's go. You came back to Canada. You were surrounded by everything, all of your vices, and you just went wild. And that is a pattern with you. If you leave Canada, you go to the Middle East, you're not in recovery. When you go to the Middle East, you're just dry. You can't get at the things that you are addicted to, which means when you come back to the place where the vices are, you're going to indulge. You're going to overconsume. And so you do repeatedly. It has happened. It's still happening. You're still taking the edibles. If you have an issue with food, you shouldn't be taking the edibles at all because you're eating them like Tic Tacs. And all that the edibles do is stimulate what? Say it with me. Hunger. And if you got a problem with food, that's the last thing you should be stimulating is your sense of hunger. The addiction monster loves the fact that you're doing those edibles because after you're done being comfortably numb, you get very, very hungry. And then it gets what it wants in bulk amounts. So you came back to Canada and you went wild with the edibles, girl. Yes, you did. And I congratulate you. You did this stream and you weren't comfortably numb on the edibles for this one. But whenever you do like a health arc, health kick, improving yourself thing, that phase is usually quite short. It doesn't last long. Why? Why is it so short? Because you are not getting the help and the reinforcement to reinforce yourself to the point where you are not giving in to your temptations. That's why therapy is important. I know you don't want to do it. I know you're stubborn as a pack of mules, but that's why you need it. Because you can start out with a lot of steam in your engine. I'm going to do this. I'm going to push through and I'm going to punch through that wall and I'm going to get something done. But then you lose the steam and then you fall back a little bit. And then you fall back a little bit more, and a little bit more, a little bit more, until you're falling all the way back. because you didn't do the mental and emotional work. You got to do the mental and emotional work that goes along with the physical work. All three got to work together at the same time. You can't leave one of them out.
You know what I mean? You fell out of bed, Kimby? Are you okay? So to feel, the worst thing, I thought I was going to die because I was having anxiety attacks that were like really bad.
Could that also be because of the overuse of the edibles? If you take too many edibles, it might cause anxiety.
Really bad. And my anxiety is a little bit less. And I know woke up at 11 today.
And I just want to show you guys something real quick. You guys have heard me talk about how some of the Beezers, they swear they like Chantal, they support Chantal, they swear that we reaction channels are hateful. We're hateful, awful people. We're big bullies, we're big meanie heads. But they like Chantal, they're on her side. Are they? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, she deleted them. There were comments of people, talking about food. Maybe that was her other live. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments in her live, people talking about food. So we'll just stick to that.
Yeah, SB. You have to feel things in order to move forward. Kelly, that's exactly, you nailed it. I'm telling you, I was numbing my emotions by just gummy after gummy all day long. Now it's like nighttime when I even think about that. But I know that I have to cut back and it's not good for me, but I'm sorry. Like I look forward to it.
But why? Why do you look forward to taking all those gummies? What is the purpose of taking all those gummies? What is the purpose of numbing yourself? What are you numbing yourself to? You said, I'm numbing my emotions, but why? Why are you numbing your feelings? Why? I mean, that's what you did during Crackhead Olympics, was keep yourself comfortably numb. Did that help you at all? No. So why are you doing it again? I guess there's a lesson here. Maybe instead of numbing your feelings, deal with your feelings.
I'm in menopause already. I had a hysterectomy. Numbing only prolongs it. I've always numbed everything.
Yep. And if you're not numbing your feelings, you're eating your feelings. Notice how neither one of those techniques has worked very well. So I guess it's time to take a new approach, don't you think?
I realize that. I'm not strong. I just avoid my problems.
Yeah, but avoiding the problems does not make them go away. Staying numbed out on edibles does not mean your bankruptcy is going to go away. It doesn't mean that the boredom is going to go away, that anything is going to go away. It's just put on pause for a minute. But eventually you run out of edibles and the problems are right there in your face.
Food is sustenance only. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that I can't you guys couldn't live inside my head or know how I was feeling, but like the anxiety literally was physically unbearable. Like I would vomit, shaky. This like felt like there was a whole ass raw potato in my stomach.
Maybe there was a whole raw potato in your stomach.
Feeling like I want to tear down my walls. I can't. I felt closed in. I can't stand it. Probably SB. I'm waiting for an appointment with a healthcare person because I gotta give them some documents and stuff. More people have been there than I realized. That's true too. A lot of you probably watch me and think, duh, girl, I've been through that. I didn't think because I thought Salah and I were fighting so much. When I was in Syria, I was happy to come back to Canada and excited. You know, I have a place. And then when I got here, I never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would have that reaction to leaving. And I think part of it was, you know, missing the comfort routine, not knowing what the hell to do with myself, and realizing that this is it. Like you're going to have to, you have nowhere to go. You have to stay. And
stop right there. The comfort routine. You mean the comfort of being somewhere, having no responsibilities whatsoever. While you were in the Middle East, you didn't have to pay rent. You didn't have to pay bills. You had someone who acted as a caretaker / Uber driver / delivery guy. So you didn't even have to get your own food. You were comfortable just doing nothing and having other people wait on you. I'm sorry, I don't see a crown on your head. You're not royalty. But you got waited on hand and foot. You got a break from responsibility. And now that you're back in Canada, you have to be a responsible adult again. And you just said that you and Salah fought a lot. Although you're not saying why, and I noticed that too. You know, you're being very vague. You fought a lot, but you're not saying why you fought. But regardless of what, the two of you are fighting. That means you're not supposed to be with him, and he's not supposed to be with you. If all you did was fight constantly, he's not the one for you. So while you were there were problems. The two of you fought, probably over your lack of activity and wanting to do things and just being terrible and difficult. Now that you're back in Canada, you're not missing him because of the love. There was never any love between the two of you. You're just missing him working for you round the clock, delivering the food, taking you places. But he's an adult and he's got his own life. And I'm sure it's gotten a lot happier and a lot easier without you there. Because everywhere you go, you are a burden, Chantal. And either you are not aware or maybe you don't care how much of a burden you are because you don't try to lessen the burden for those that are around you. You just expect that people will take care of you. And you are not acknowledging that caring for someone who is super, super, super morbidly obese, who has an extreme addiction for food, who is difficult, who is jealous, who is insecure, who is temperamental. It's not easy. It wears on the soul. It's exhausting. You don't know how tired you make people. but you're acting like a little kid, wanting to go back to the Middle East. I want my daddy. Well, daddy doesn't want you. Not that one anyway. He wants to be free to do his thing.
Work on yourself. It's like inevitable now, you know? Were you really fighting that often?
Yes. If they weren't fighting that often, the automatic answer should have been no, we weren't fighting that often. But look at the pause. And her looking off to the side. Well, you know. Did they fight that often? Well, you know. Yeah, they did. They fought a lot.
Near the end, we had a few we had a couple big fights in Syria that kind of just like ruined, like just kind of confirmed like this is just not going to work, you know. So yeah, first time living completely alone, and it wasn't the person. I don't think any place has anything to do with, like, honestly.
No, wait a second. It wasn't the place. There's nothing wrong with the Middle East. I'm sure that a lot of people go to the Middle East and live just fine. I did that retro react video that I put out not too long ago for a reason, to show that no matter wherever Chantal goes, she's unhappy. She wasn't happy in Canada. She wasn't happy in Cuba. She wasn't happy in Kuwait. She wasn't happy in Syria. She wasn't happy in Thailand. She's been to 5 different places in the world. Not a single one of them made her happy. Every single one of them she complained about. Every single one of them she was difficult and she raged. So it's not the place, it's the person going there and the bad energy that they have when they show up.
I have so much in my life I need to fix on a personal level that no matter where I go or how I live my life, it's just going to be wrong.
You know what I think, Chantal, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Here's what I think. I think that you've neglected so much for so long. Things about your body, things about your health, things about your mental health, your finances, your life in general. You've neglected so many things for so many years that you've got a lot to fix. A lot. And the fact that you're now looking at this huge Mount Everest of problems and issues sitting before you, any realization of, I got to do this and this and this and this and this and this, when you start thinking about it, when you start thinking about all the many things that you have to do to halfway fix yourself, it discourages you. It's intimidating. And you just say to yourself, there's so much that I have to fix. It's going to take me forever. And it's going to take so much work. And it's going to take so much energy. And I don't know if I have it. They, instead of even trying to pick things apart slowly, you just pick one thing and accomplish it, and then pick something else and accomplish it, and just start whittling away at that mountain until it's not a mountain anymore. Instead, you choose to give up. You face the mountain, you look at it and say, well, I can't cross all that. And you give up before you even get started. You numb yourself out. Instead of facing the mountain and dealing with the mountain, you'd rather go over to the couch, take some edibles, and numb out. How close am I? Am I close to the truth? I think so.
It's always going to be cause issues for me. So I'm here to get better. I feel like I'm in like like on a vacation or something, trying to get better, and I need to find some like groups or something too. It's a journey, that's for sure. It's not. I'm just realizing a lot of stuff and I'm overwhelmed and I wish I could like put it all into words for you guys. And I know like you guys have heard a lot of this before, so
Yeah, we have. See, the thing about somebody's word, Chantal, a person's word is only worth as much as you put into it. If you are an honest, trustworthy, loyal person, your word is worth a lot. People will take what you say and they'll believe you. But if you're a liar, if you lie all the time, if you default on the things you say, then the value of your words goes down until they're worth nothing. Nobody believes you anymore because you lie so much. Even your own subbies know you're a liar and that you change your mind and you're impulsive. You never stick to the things you say. That you're forever passing out empty promises of things you're going to do, but then you don't do them. But you know how you fix that? You start to do the right things. If you say something, if you say you're going to do something, then do it. You stop lying. You stop being manipulative. You have a long history of, yeah, I was down here, but I'm slowly working my way back up here. If people are starting from a level of, we don't believe you because you've given us no reason to believe you, then you've got to work to bring the value of your words up by showing that was me then, but this is me now. I'm going to say something and I'm going to be honest and I'm going to do it. It's like building up good credit. Right now, you've got really bad credit. It's in the toilet. If you want people to believe in you, you've got to give them something to believe in. You got to be honest with yourself and you got to be honest with the people that are in front of you. No lies, no manipulation. No, I changed my mind and I never lie. People want accountability. For you to hold yourself accountable, but also be accountable for the people that are in front of you.
I don't want to like talk too much. I want to like walk the walk. I found out you were live from a reaction channel. Oh, cool, Pamela. Welcome. Hey, Witchy. What's that, Ivory? If anything happens, it was them. Yeah, that was like... We were both like... I feel like my mental health sometimes made his worse.
Yeah, I can see that because you've got really bad mental health. And if he started out from a place of no bad mental health, dealing with you on a daily basis, I'm sure would be bad for anybody's mental health. Because it was a 24/7 job. It wasn't like he was going to an office, clocking in for a certain number of hours and then clocking out, and he doesn't have to see you once he leaves the building. You were right there all the time. So you went over there with bad mental health, and I'm sure his mental health did suffer. And maybe that caused the two of you to fight a lot.
Like, I would nag a lot. Like, I would be super naggy. But it was only because, like, I needed things. Like, I didn't like to be left alone a lot. I didn't want to be around too many people all the time and stuff.
So you admit freely that you're a stage 5 clinger, that you are insecure, jealous, that even though he had his family, the family wanted to spend time with him, that you wanted to basically isolate him just to you. You didn't like him spending time with people. And don't you think that's unhealthy? It's a very unhealthy state of mind, an attitude to go to somebody who has a family and say, I don't want you spending time with the family. I want you here with me all the time because I want to spend time with you. And also, I want you here just in case I need something. If I want you to go out for donuts at 2 a.m., you better be here. If I want a burger at 5 p.m., you got to be here. You want him to be there in case you needed something, but you were considering what he needed. You're very selfish minded, Chantal. It's all about what you want and what you need versus whoever your partner is. What do they want? What do they need? What makes them healthy? That doesn't matter. It's all about you, 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 you. You're suffocating. Your attitude, your outlook is suffocating. Whatever room you walk into, you suck all the oxygen out. And the only way for another person to breathe is to run away from you. Then they can breathe freely again.
Stuff like that, and we would just argue. And yeah, I don't want to like go too much into our personal details in life and reveal all of our relationship secrets. But basically, we just we're having a hard time. And it was more my side that, because I think if I would have been able to adapt and everything, I think I would have been like, things would be so much different.
No, not really. Because in order for you to adapt, you would have to come back to Canada and work on yourself. You couldn't do it in the Middle East. You couldn't do it in Thailand. You couldn't do it in Cuba. You need to be in a place where you have the resources to work on yourself. You can only do that in your home country. And you're back in your home country and you're not doing it. Clearly, you're not doing it. So even if Salah called you or texted you right now and said, come on back over, what work since you've been home have you done on yourself that has made you any different? None. Absolutely none. Which means if you went back to the Middle East and you spend time around Salah, more than likely the two of you would fight again, and you'd fight viciously. Be a lot of temper tantrums. And they'd be sending you home again. Nothing's going to change if you don't change yourself.
So anyways, they're not, and here I am. And I kept longing. Like I said, I would be in the bathroom and looking at my like the shampoo and be like, I miss Canada. I miss Shoppers Drug Mart, because I remember where I bought it from when I was in Canada. So I miss Canada like a lot. But a part of the shock is I was living in the Middle East for 3 years.
Question, Chantal, were you missing Canada not because you were missing home, but you're missing Canada because you could indulge in your addictions in Canada and you couldn't do it in the Middle East? Is that why you miss Canada? Because you were in the Middle East with Salah, you were in Syria, and while you were in Syria, far and away from the temptation, the addiction monster in your head was screaming, I want to indulge. And you couldn't do it there. You were under supervision. He was there. You depended on him to get things for you, but you wanted free reign to do what you wanted to do in that regard. I don't think you missed Canada because you missed your home country. I think the addiction monster in your head was yelling at you and saying, let's go back home. Because we want to indulge. It's been too long. You've been dry for far too long, young lady. Let's go. So you came back to Canada and you went wild. And now that you've gone wild for a while, Now you want to go back to Syria. And you're putting on this great big circus act for Salah. You're trying to prove yourself to him. But here's the thing. He doesn't want you back. He never loved you. He never wanted to love you. You're not his type. He's not attracted to you. I know that's a mean girl thing to say, but it's truth, and you know it's truth. If he loved you, Chantal, you would be there right now. He would have told you, don't go. But he let you go. And you made a very interesting comment in one of the last lives that I reacted to. You said that you got, quote, booted out of Syria. But you told a lie, I guess, before that, saying that the split was amicable, right? That's what you said. First it was amicable, then you got booted out. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that he told you to leave. You had to leave anyway because you're on a tourist visa. And the agreement was, if you left peacefully, if you wanted to say that you did it on your own, that would save you from a narc injury, from humiliation. That it was a better look for you if you said, I'm leaving on my own, versus he doesn't want me here and he's letting me go. You know, you're trying to save face.
So coming back here was a bit different. But it feels not the same, but the same. You know? Hi, Miller. Hill roll, but I don't think her body could handle it. I could handle a hill roll. Kuwait was a bit more modern. Oh, you can't even compare, like... Yeah.
Dr. Blackbarn says, you missed Canada and Syria, and you missed Syria and Canada. Sounds like you have things to talk through with a therapist. Yep. Got a lot of things to say to a therapist.
Kuwait was a lot more comfortable, yes. My lips. Oh, okay. All right, Luke. Thank you. Thank you, Witchy. I got it from Park Omega. Pete's and I decided, I thought it would be better. Like I told him, he was wanting to, you know, like said, maybe we should book the movers or whatever. And I said, I think that we should wait. Like, I think I want to be in Canada, like a solid, maybe like a solid 6 months to a year, and just focus on myself. No distractions. And if I am here for like a solid year and I don't plan on going anywhere and I've got my stuff more together and I think that I'm more stable, then I feel more comfortable inviting him to come live with me, because I don't think, thanks Witchy, I don't think it's a good idea to upheave Pete's.
You know, in every story that she tells, she is either the victim or the hero. So here is Foodie trying to do the hero thing. I'm thinking about Pete's. I care about Pete's. I don't want to upheave his life and have him come move in with me, not knowing what I'm going to do. I need to focus on myself first. Pete's, she did you a favor. She did you a huge favor with this decision. Hope you know that, bro. Because who knows what's going to happen to Chantal in a year? Nobody knows. If she keeps on the path that she's on, though, she might be demonetized. She might have did him a huge favor. Because if she got demonetized, how is she going to pay her bills? How is she going to pay her share of the rent? So if he moved in right away and then she got demonetized, they'd both be in a world of hurt, wouldn't they? Sure would. Sure would. But I'm wondering if the reason why she doesn't want Pete to move in, she might be focused on getting another man in her life. And she knows that if she has a roommate, that's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it? And she doesn't do well alone. So if she wants to stay alone, what's the reason? Are you working on yourself, Chantal? Or are you working on getting somebody else to fill the void?
You know, get a van. Yeah, wait until the lease ends to see what my next move is. But I'm not getting rid of the cat. Like, the cat's mine with me no matter what.
Yeah, people in the chat are confused. Dainty DeVito says, you said a year lease and have a cat. What are you talking about? Yeah, she's got a year lease. Supposed to be there for a year, but I'm wondering also if she's scared about the possibility of being demonetized. Because if the possibility is on the table and she has Pete come move in with her, then things go sideways, then he's not going to be too happy about that.
It's not even about Salah. What if I want to be with someone else? What if I want to, you know?
There it is. What if I don't want to be with Salah? What if I want to be with somebody else? So you're kind of going back on your words, Foodie. First, you just said you want to work on yourself, which I think is fabulous. You need to work on yourself. And there's no better time in the present to work on yourself than when you're alone, because there'll be no distractions. You can focus entirely on you. You won't have somebody else running around, being a distraction. But it doesn't sound like you're going to focus on yourself. It sounds like you want to keep the door open in case some other guy comes around. Whenever another guy comes around, that's when things get messy, doesn't it? You take the focus off yourself and you put it on another person that you want to trap with you. Girl, get your head straight.
I don't know. But we'll see. Tomorrow's not promised. That's all in God's hands. Chocolate, I don't worry about that. Because Salah told you he was going to be single for a year, people are thinking you are happier now because he told you if you made all these changes, he would take you back in a year.
Oh, what a great comment. Girl Scout says, because Salah told you he was going to be single for a year, people are thinking you are happier now because he told you if you made all these changes, he would take you back in a year. Is this true? Wonderful comment. So she's got a year lease, and if Salah told her that he would take her back if she made changes within a year, is that what all the changes are for? Is this the probation period of, you have to prove yourself to me, you have X amount of time to do it, so let's see what happens? And Chantal, being the desperate person that she is, would she commit to doing changes for X amount of time, just even with a slim chance of being with him? You know she would.
Aaron, welcome to Great Morning Research Region.
Oh, she didn't really answer that comment either.
No. Has nothing to do with Salah, actually. Like, I really, at first, I was like really sad. And now
Dorad says you're still waiting for Salah to invite you back, but he's already remarried. Or if he's not, he might be. Even if he doesn't get married, he doesn't strike me as being someone that he's lonely for long. I mean, he just runs after people. He's this person's man and this person's man and this person's man. He doesn't stay lonely for long.
Now I just figure whatever happens, happens. Like, I know people don't believe that, but like, I believe like if Allah wants Salah and I to be together, married in the eyes of God, then we will reunite. And if not, then we won't.
Chantal, if the two of you are fighting, if you are very different people, if the love wasn't there, there is no chance of a reunion. And you shouldn't want one. He's not for you. He's for somebody else. 3 years the two of you had. 3 years. That's a good amount of time to figure out if the person is for you and you are for them. And clearly the two of you were not for each other. Not at the beginning, not at the middle, and certainly not at the end. So it sounds like mentally you're still holding on to some kind of vaporous hope about maybe if I change, he'll take me back. Girls, shut that door. Shut it and lock it and walk away from it.
You know? But yeah. So I think.
Oh, here's some tea. Julia says, good. Pete's only working like 8 hours a week. He should stay put. Well, I don't know what Pete does for employment, but he's only working 8 hours a week. It doesn't sound like much money. So maybe it's a good idea that he's not moving in with Foodie, just in case something happens to her monetization. How would he afford to pay his part of the rent?
I think that was the grieving part too, because like a part of me knows like inside that we're just very different. Pete's works 8 hours a week. No, I'm not going back to Syria. No, I can't.
Why can't you? Because he doesn't want you there. And his family doesn't want you there.
Thinking of him, yes. How do you survive on 8-hour pay? Shut up. I don't know why that made me laugh. Lindsay, 54 months, 4.5 years loyalty plus a year before we started paying to bees. I can't believe that, Lindsay. That's insane. Thank you so much, for being this long a follower. Pete's to continue his life on his own. Life's always, yeah, if you drive 200 miles at night, you do it with only seeing a few feet in front of you. That's true, Casual. If you just want to remember, if the only way he will take you back is if you make a list of changes, that's not love. Now, I agree with that, except the things that he doesn't like about me are things that are not good for me anyways. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, I'm not changing for him. Like I'm really, hey Lulu, I really don't have him in mind at all when I say all these things. I'm thinking of myself. There's no way I, like the worst, most toxic thing I could do would be to go on Tinder. Thanks, Shelby. Maybe it should be, would she accept him back? Yeah, no, honestly. He's gonna, you know, be careful what he wishes for, because if he's gonna say, oh, you need to do this and this and this, get your shit together, and then maybe we'll talk. Well, whenever I have all my shit together, I'm gonna want to be with someone who has their shit together. So I hope that the person that in the future, if that happens, I hope they have their shit together too. So.
One thing I could tell you, Chantal, if you want real love, you got to be your true, authentic self. You're not being your true, authentic self. Even now, Salah is not in the picture, according to you. In my opinion, you're still trying to be something that you're not. You want someone to love you for you, then you've got to be you, truly you. Saying, here I am, this is me. And I'm not going to be anything else but me. Take me or leave me. And then if somebody accepts you for your true, authentic self, and they love you for your true, authentic self, and they really do love you. But as long as you continue to be something you're not, as long as you continue to live in a facade and act like a chameleon and change your colors and your spots and your speech and your mannerisms based on the man that you meet, just trying to be accepted by them versus truly loved by them, you're never going to find true love that way. If you have to be someone you're not to be loved, then that is not true love. You're never going to find it until you are yourself and you improve yourself.
If I never met him, maybe I wouldn't be practicing Islam. And that's one thing I really, really, really.
You know, Chantal, all of us on this side of the fence, we know and understand why you're wearing the hijab and why you're wearing the hijab. Excuse me, the abaya. You're using it as a shield. You think that's some sort of a shield to keep from getting demonetized by YouTube. Although they've got more than enough to demonetize you. You've broken TOS, I don't know how many times, even now with the mukbangs. Trying to use the abaya and the hijab or hijab as a shield is not going to work. I hope you realize that. YouTube is a company. YouTube.com is their website. And if they want to take anybody off the platform, regardless of what, they can. They are the bosses. We are all just people getting on their site, given the privilege to make a channel, talk to people, make our content. And if they want to can all of us, they can. And what are we going to do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So please don't think that what you wear and how you present yourself is some sort of impenetrable shield. It is not.
Love about this past 3 years is that I was brought to Islam. No matter how it happened, I don't care. You know, even if it started off uncertain and just wearing the hijab for him, whatever.
Oh, that was an admission. Even if it started off as me wearing it for him, that sounded like a partial confession, y'all. She's halfway confessing. I put it on for him to be accepted by him.
And then even me, I doubted myself. I thought, you know, but no, I really pleasantly surprised to see that after everything, and I'm back here.
Chantal, I will never forget that moment in the kitchen with Pete's, where you said you wanted to wear the hijab because you felt more confident. It covered up your head. It covered up your chins. And you asked Pete, do you have to be Muslim to wear one? And he said, probably. And he said, well, I guess I'm Muslim. You were just wanting to wear the abaya and the hijab because you're not very secure with how you look. Has nothing to do with the faith. You just want to cover yourself up.
I still have a lot with me, so, you know. Anyway. Believing in God in life versus not feels like you have a warm hug. Like,
Okay, this comment, Nugget says he sure has a long list of things he wants from you. That's pretty gross. Nugget, read the room, read it, or if you can't, I'll read it for you. Do you know why he's given Chantal a long list of things that she needs to work on? Because he knows those things that he told her to do will take a long, 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 long time. And he's going to keep the list long. If he could accomplish all of those things, he'll come up with a few more things because he doesn't want her. He doesn't want her to come back. He doesn't want to be with her. She can't read the room either. She's not reading between the lines. I'll take you back if you do this, 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 and this. Chantal, read it. He doesn't want you back. He's giving you all these things because all of these things will take a tremendous amount of time. And he's hoping that you'll lose interest in him. And you'll let him walk away quietly like he wants to. Because he's already moved on with his life. He's wanting you to do the same. And he knows that directly telling you no, you can't come back is going to make you rage. And he knows what happens when you rage, you run your mouth. So this is his way of keeping your mouth shut by feeding you a scrap of hope that makes you happy, knowing the door is open just a little bit. No, it ain't. He's just making it seem that way so that you won't rage and you won't spill the tea on him.
I just read some. I have to finish reading it. No, I never wore hijab before him, Misa P. It was the Middle East food. If there's anything that will make you believe in God, is good food. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make your man happy. I find the women who complain about tried women don't have their own men are hateful feminist types. You make me laugh sometimes. Deep and soulful person. Thank you, Melly. When I'm not doing edibles, I know. When I do them, at night, I just want to have fun and be silly.
But you're not fun and silly because you do too much. And why do you need edibles to be fun and silly? You ever think about that? Why do I need these things to be fun and silly? Why can't I just be fun and silly on my own? And Chantal, you may think that you're fun and silly on the edibles, but you're not. Trust me, you're not, because you do too much. If you don't believe me, watch your streams back when you were really, really high. You were neither fun nor silly. Your subbies were complaining about they couldn't even understand what you were saying. You'd be incoherent. That's not fun and silly. A lot of them were getting mad at you. They didn't want to see you on camera like that. They didn't want to hear your voice all slurry when you turned the camera off. Coming on camera high is disrespectful to your subs. They come there to talk to you. You understand that? A live chat means you are ready to talk and they're ready to talk to you. And coming on camera high out of your mind, you can't talk to people. You can't focus on what they're saying. So knock it off with the edibles. Don't come on camera high. You don't need those powerful edibles. There's no reason in the world you need to take as much as you do. None.
And bees. That's why. I don't do them during the day.
You know what? Let me go off about the beezing. Chantal, you're 41, about to be 42 years old in March. Do you know how stupid it sounds? You talking about beezing at 41 years old? How ridiculous it sounds? You're not some adolescent. You're an older woman. It's ridiculous to hear a 41-year-old woman talking about beezing. Beezing is misbehaving. It's acting stupid. It's doing things you shouldn't do. You spent many years beezing and you accomplished nothing except being wasteful with your money and wasteful with your life. It's time to cut out the beezing, don't you think? You ain't got time for beezing. You got to get some stuff done, and you can't do that on those doggone edibles and whatever else you're taking. A 41-year-old doing adolescent-like behavior is pathetic. And I'm saying that as an older woman. You can't come to my country club. All of us older women, we don't want to sit with you. You are shame to older women. A big shame. You understand me? Giving misbehaving behavior a stupid name like beezing, knock it off. Time to grow up.
I make sure I do all my stuff level-headed and, so. What? I know. YouTube over. No, there's nothing wrong. If you're in a marriage, you want to make your husband happy, and your husband should make you happy, 100%. Thank you, Sneakerhead. So I don't actually wake up and feel dread like I used to. I feel like, okay.
Yep, and here we go. I love it. Some of the subbies calling her out. Casey says, but that's not what you do. You slur your words and can't converse. I wish you were fun in gummies, but you take too much. Yeah. Chantal's an extreme person. She goes to the extreme. She doesn't know how to do things in moderation or a little bit. It's always too much. She's always chasing the tail of the dragon. She'll do something. She'll do too much of it. She'll chase the levels up to a ridiculous amount, and then she'll move to something else. And she'll go back and forth, chasing the tail of that doggone dragon, chasing the next high, chasing the next thrill. She's a thrill seeker in the worst way. She's doing it chemically and through food.
What am I going to do today? Even if I don't end up doing much, it's a huge relief for me to just not feel that, to constantly be in that, like I'm finally out of that fight or flight every minute of the day. I would be like literally just sitting here like, am I okay? I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what the proper thing to do with feelings like that? There are hotlines. There are therapists. Maybe your feelings are coming to the surface and they want to be dealt with. And that's where you're feeling the anxiety. And that's why you should talk to someone.
Like, I can't stand that. But I forgot about my mission of coming here, what I need to do. That's why. I wear Essence mascara, Kiara. Essence is affordable. Reclaim your crown. Yeah. We'll see. It's already getting dark out. How depressing. No, it's not him messaging me. It's also true. Lash Princess, yes. My aunt messaged me. It's not snowing, but it's actually not even that cold today. Tomorrow will be. And I wanted to go out tomorrow. I should have went out today. Green, pink, and blue tube. Nice, Saber. I don't know if I want to work. I want to build my channel. Hey, Simone. I have one sister. Your aunt seems to do you.
You want to build your channel, and yet you keep doing mukbang content that could put your entire channel at risk, your income at risk. So how exactly does that apply to building up your channel? How is that helping anything? If you're doing content that you know YouTube doesn't like, and they might be eyeballing you.
So much good. Yeah, she does. I'm trying to think of plans for New Year's. I'm the closest, yeah, Zoe. Ever since I'm a kid. What I want to sell on Etsy. Not yet. Minus 23. Oh my gosh. I could afford a 1K car, but
you had $10,000 in your pocket when you came back to Canada. There is no reason in the world you should be getting on camera and saying, well, I need a car. And you're putting out the vibe that you want people to pay for a car. Girl, they already gave you enough money. And it's not their fault and not their problem if you spent it all on stupid stuff. That was your decision. That was your choice. So by making those choices, you made the choice that I guess the car wasn't important. It wasn't a priority. So since it wasn't a priority, then you shouldn't make it a priority to get online and start doing this subtle begging again. Ain't nobody got time for your bills and your nonsense. You want a car? Work for it. You're making at least $4,000 to $5,000 a month on YouTube. Figure it out. Don't go to your subs and ask them for money. Are you kidding me? Christmas is almost here. People got to spend money on vacations and bringing down the relatives and presents and the nice meals and doing special things. And New Year's. New Year's is coming up. New Year's celebrations. Nobody has money to give you, Foodie. Everybody's tapped out. They gave more than enough. And you're getting money from YouTube anyway, at least for the time being. Stop asking money from people.
do a car fundraising stream.
No.
Let's get crossfaded. What's that mean? Car lot test driving stream. The museum would be great.
And she's doing it again. Beezers, are you not seeing this? She's doing it again. Remember what she did in Syria? I need to go back to Canada. And I need furniture for my house. I need a bed. I need this. I need that. And you guys provided, didn't you? And she made all kinds of promises about what she was going to do, and she hasn't done it yet. And she has the nerve, the big fupa balls, to come on camera and saying, I need a car. And if I get a car, we're going to do this, this, and this. Why would y'all want to give her more money when you invested in her future? And you saw how that went. Yes, she came back to Canada. Yes, she got the apartment. But did you get the content that you were promised? Did she take you out? Did she do anything for you guys? No. So until she gets her butt out and she starts doing the content that she's promised, nobody should be giving her money. You invested in her and her future and her content. And essentially, what she's saying to you guys without saying it out loud is if you want interesting content, you got to pay for it. You're already paying for it. She's already getting Google AdSense. She's already getting the super chats. She's already getting the stupid memberships that she's not even working for, that she's not even really earning. She's already getting paid. She don't need no more money. Understand? No, absolutely not. She's got more than enough. If she wants a car, let her earn it. She's getting a paycheck from YouTube on the 21st, unless she gets demonetized, then that'll change. But if she gets her paycheck, she's going to have like $4 or $5 grand in her pocket. So let her sit and spin for a while until then. And if it matters, she'll get her own doggone car.
A bus ticket is $4.
Yeah, if she wanted to go out and show you guys stuff, she can get on a bus. She can go take a stupid Uber and film some content. Or she could do content right there in that apartment. Get creative. She's not doing nothing.
Your car was $700 from 1995 and runs amazing. Where are you guys finding these cars? The problem is you're taking a chance, you know? You don't know if it's going to be a lemon or not. Oh, from Ottawa to Cornwall. $37. One way. If you want two ways, that's almost $100, $75. Oh, dainty. $2 grand. Okay, maybe I should just buy a cheap $2 grand car. I don't know. No, Casey. 2000 Honda Accord. No, casual vlog.
See, here's the problem with Foodie. Foodie has wine taste and a beer wallet. You guys ever heard that saying, wine taste and a beer wallet? It means that somebody has very expensive taste, but they don't have much money to pay for their expensive taste. Foodie could have gone out long ago and gotten a bucket, just a cheap used car that could have gotten her from point A to point B quite easily, just off the money that the Beezers gave her. She didn't want to spend her money on a car, though. She thinks very highly of herself. She doesn't want to get just a beat up or used car. She wants a nice car, an expensive car, because she wants to maintain a certain standard of living, of image. It's all about the image. She doesn't want to live in a, shabby apartment that goes against her image. She wants to live in a nice apartment. Same thing with a car. She doesn't want a used car that looks a little used and worn in. She wants a nice car, and she wants other people to pay for it. It's all about maintaining an image of herself.
Come to Toronto. I have too much car trauma to want to buy one ever again. Yeah, I've had some bad experience. I had a lemon once. It was a Dodge Caliber. Hey, don't forget, we have to go to Swiss Chalet one day for a free soup. Chalet chicken soup bowl. Get a Vespa? Oh no, ma'am. A lemon is like a defective car. I'll donate for some car beezing. Those are the best cars. Swishalea's gotta love you. You're in Pennsylvania. Really, Saber? Yeah.
Too much silence in this stream. Girl, say something.
It's too many to unblock. It takes forever. My lips look dry. Anyways, guys. What now?
What now? This is your stream. And it went on for 3 hours plus. Chantal, how is it that I can do a stream and I'm a smaller channel and I can easily talk to people for hours and time just flies by? But you're like, now what? What do I say? You got a room full of people. Make conversation.
I'm waiting for my Walmart to come, and then I want to cook. I'm hungry for
You're always hungry.
dinner. I mean, I won't eat dinner now, but I'm going to start cooking it so it's ready. Do I have all the ingredients?
You're sitting there talking to your subbies. And if you wanted to cut back on your food, Chantal, to cut back on the food addiction, instead of focusing on food, putting your thoughts there, hyper fixating on it, do other things. Go play a video game. Go read a book. Like just get lost in a book or a game or something. Get your mind off of food. But you're talking to your subbies and you're not focusing on them. You're focusing on food. Your mind is starting to wander. You're thinking about the food and then cooking it and eating it. Girl, you just ate. You started out this stream eating. Look. What is this? You just ate. Not even 30 minutes ago, for freak's sake. And you're thinking about food. You need to go to inpatient.
Ingredients? I think I do. Do you guys want to cook with me?
No.
My PayPal link is not, but you can send if you want. I didn't read my YouTube emails yet. No, I've been on live. Snowball.
Don't call her Snowball. That was my cat's name. I had a cat named Snowball and I called her Snow. And she was a beautiful, I think, ragamuffin or ragdoll, gorgeous cat. Don't call her Snowball. No, denied. Do not call her by that name. That was my cat's name.
I don't know. I'm not clicking with anything. The kitchen is not safe to show. Are there any old beezers you miss? Yeah, to an extent, most of them that weren't, but I don't chase after people and I don't ask people why they leave and, people have their reasons. Oh, Marie F. Where did you send the Marie F one to?
I just noticed something. The views on Chantal's live. This was done 6 hours ago. Ooh, 6,374. For a smaller channel, that would be amazing. But for hers, that is bad.
YouTube on oh, I emailed you. So you emailed me back?
Moving
I'm
along.
gonna cook. So I have a huge pot of something for whenever I'm hungry. The oh no, you like pina colada.
Oh God, she's singing. Bye. Whenever Chantal starts singing, I jump ahead immediately. My poor ears are like, nope. They're noping out. They're absolutely not. Especially a 70s song. Oh, no. She's not ruining my music. No, she's not.
I'm trying different eggs.
Oh, God. Are we doing show and tell again? I hate when she does show and tell. What a perfect shot. Sometimes it's a happy accident. I must have that thumbnail. Pardon me. Excuse me. That's a great thumbnail. I'm going to add that to my collection. I thought you hated eggs, Chantal. Didn't she complain about eggs a lot in the Middle East? I could have sworn she did.
Let's see if they taste better. The other ones I'll keep for like baking. Keep kebab.
What's she going to use that for? Never mind. I don't want to know. Sorry I asked that question.
I needed more of these tomatoes, which I need to cut up. Where's the one I washed? Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Oh, well, those are gone. What is that? Is that cheese? That is cheese. At first I thought that was a pack of crackers. No, that is cheese. Well, that's gone. Let me tell y'all something about if you're a food addict. Grocery stores for a food addict are dangerous. It is dangerous going to a grocery store because you walk in and the worst thing you can do is go to the grocery store hungry. And that's for anyone that's not even a food addict, but especially for a food addict. Because you go to a grocery store, you got everything around you, every temptation in the world around you, every taste, every texture, creamy, salty, crunchy, sweet, savory, it's all there. You're surrounded by temptation. You walk in and you smell the sweet breads and desserts of the bakery, the food of the deli. It's just in the air, screaming at you. And we know how Chantal loves cheese. She loves her cheese and her olives. Look at that big old block of cheese. Does anyone think that survived the night? Because I don't think so. And the worst time for a food addict is at night. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's quiet and you're alone and there's nothing to do and you'll eat out of boredom. The worst thing you can do when you're a food addict is to go to the grocery store or have a delivery and your temptation foods are in the delivery because guess what? Those are the first things you eat. What have I said before? If you got temptation foods, the best place for them to be is outside your house, back at the store. If you can reach out and touch it, it's too close. Because it's there, you will consume it. And look what she's bringing in the house. Cheese.
Come to your life.
And she's happy. Look, she's in her happy place. She's singing to the food. Singing.
There's no turning. Couple weeks. Are you supposed to eat them like in a week? Like, is that okay?
And usually the way that Chantal operates, she'll get a grocery order. There's a lot of temptation foods in her grocery order, and she'll go through that entire order in one night. That's why you can't have an abundance of temptation foods around you. You'll eat them all in no time flat.
I forgot ghee. What does my cutting cauliflower face look like? Ooh.
Look at her, rude, leaving the live stream. This is her running up the meter. I don't have to show myself on camera. I could just keep the meter running for that Google AdSense.
Didn't it?
Why is the camera off? Oh, that's right, because Foodie runs around without her pants on. And yes, that is a thing. Chantal, when she streams, she does it without her pants on. That's why she turns the camera off. So when she stands up, you don't see that she doesn't have pants on.
Maybe. And I'd put the eggplant like in the rice.
Nobody cares.
So this rice has.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. All she's doing is describing what she's cooking. I don't really care. We got the meat and potatoes. She sat down. She talked to people. And thank you, Chantal, for not being overly high and actually making conversation. That was nice. But you're done talking and you're just messing about with the food. So I'm done. My subs are done. We're done here. Hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.